Some of you have been following along in the glass fusing adventures. Basically, this is state-of-the-art technology. I don't know when these came out. Maybe it's been 10 years, but I just found out about them. This is called a microwave kiln. It's like the size of a cereal bowl, maybe a little taller. And you put it in the microwave and it generates in a very small concentrated area the power that a normal kiln, which costs thousands of dollars and is much larger, although they come in all different sizes, would take 9 to 10 to 13 hours to get all the way up to that temperature, and then another 12, 13 hours to cool down until it could safely be opened. So we're talking about a whole day of firing, tons of electricity. And now, if you only want to do one piece at a time, you can get this teeny tiny microwave kiln. Instead of thousands of dollars, you could get this for 30, 35 bucks. And you just do one piece at a time if you want to do some glass cabochon. So and then you can also get this fun these glass pieces that are made to fuse together. Now, I was just fusing pieces of like beer bottle and wine bottle together, and that was super fun, but then I found out that might not be good because they have different COEs. C-O-E, coefficient of expansion, because the glass expands and contracts as it heats and cools, and different types of glass expands and contracts different amounts at different rates. So if you put two kinds of glass together, they might expand and contract differently. That creates stress areas which later could break. So these look fine and they're strong. And somebody told me for jewelry, you don't need to worry so much, but other people would disagree. They said if you're gonna do large glass, like soap dishes or something, or like large tabletop stuff, you definitely don't wanna mix different kinds of glass that are different COEs. But for jewelry, they said it probably won't matter. But how would you like I wrap this, make it beautiful? If someone's wearing it on their neck and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just cracks. It does that. It doesn't even need to be stressed. Sometimes different COEs, a year later, will just crack. And then a little piece of glass falls out, gets in somebody's hand, and next thing you know, they're going to the hospital, and then they're angry. They're trying to find out where I live and who am I who made this piece. So avoid all that. All this stuff is COE 90. It all came in a kit. I bought this after being the microwave kiln. You could get all this together as a kit. It's like 50, 55 bucks, but I bought it later. So I had to pay about 20 bucks, 15 bucks for these little glass pieces, and some of them are really cool. So then I started making really fun stuff. They send you little holographic pieces and wild, crazy. So I made these two with these. Look at that holographic stuff, that shimmery craziness. But anyway, so these are all the same COE, so these are safe. I might put them in somebody's stone kit for a surprise, or I might sell them separately. We'll see. In any case, I just put one in the other night and I haven't looked at it yet, so let's look together. Ready, 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 ready. Ooh, I did all blues and greens that time, like kind of stripey on a diagonal. And this is kiln paper. You want to get the kiln paper or the glass will fuse to your kiln and ruin it pretty much. So this kiln paper, it fuses to the paper instead, and then it just kind of, be careful, you can get it off it powdery. It takes like a little bit of the layer of the paper off. But if you're careful like me, sometimes you can get away with using it again. That one looks like it's about shot, but I think I used this one piece of paper like 4 times, 5 times. So, and this stuff, believe it or not, it protects from fusing, but then once it's all dry and you take it out, you can run this under the faucet and it just dissolves like sugar. And so we're gonna wash that off, and then around here's some sharp edges, we'll grind it a little bit. You could use sandpaper, you can use any kind of, stuff that makes other stuff smoother. So without further ado, so I had all these glass pieces, and then I was contacted by somebody, one of the people who watch this channel and stuff, and her name is Irma, and she's a sweetheart, and I never met her, I don't think, but she said, my husband has been doing this glass fusing for ever, and he loves it. It's so addicting, and he has tons of glass, like giant sheets of glass, and he has a big kiln, and he's been doing this for years, and he has a lot of extra scrap glass that he just doesn't really use anymore. He doesn't use that color or whatever. That kind, would you like us to send you some? And I was like, yes. I was like so excited that my hands went numb. And I was like, yes, I would love that. And so we'll put this right here. I'm be careful not to scratch myself until I get that ground. And lo and behold, da-da, Irma sent us this beautiful glass. Let's see what's inside. Oh, these are special glass nippers that were sent to me by someone else too. So I think they might be useful for opening a box. Let's find out. Maybe not. Let me see if I can get this. Well, that worked. I don't know how, but sometimes you just gotta surprise yourself. Oh, luxurious bubble wrap. Oh, I should just lay this on the ground and just take a nap. Ooh. Oh, it's all wrapped. I guess it must be because glass, right? Glass is fragile. How do we get this out of here? Oh my gosh, it looks like she sent tons of this holographic stuff. This is the stuff that when you, ooh, I just cut myself almost. That was close. I should be handling this with gloves maybe. Yeah, this is the stuff that when you send it and it's like, it turns into that you saw before, all reflective and crazy. So wild. All right, let's dig into this. Oh, wait till you see this. Did I tell you? This stuff is amazing, and it doesn't necessarily melt with all these little squiggles in it, but it does melt with all these even crazier, wilder colors and reflective abilities than you see right now. It melts even more insane. Ooh, what is this? Look at that. Look at those cool lines in there. And I needed clear too, because there's too many colors came with my other kit, and I just need clear to separate the colors so that they can blend and there's parts you can see through, and this is so great. Ooh. Ooh, I should get some new scissors after this. These scissors are, the bubble wrap is winning against the scissors. Look at that. Oh, it's like, it really does in real life. It looks as bright cherry red as it looks on this screen. Oh, look at that orange, yellow. Am I teaching you guys your colors? I knew you needed a brush up. It's been a while. Ooh, it's like a dark blackish blue. Blue, it looked black, but no, it's blue. It's midnight blue. Midnight. Oh yes, more orange. Really should not be. I had the gloves on, but then I took them off because I'm all fumbly with the gloves, so I might just cut myself. That's okay, because it's worth it to see all this gorgeous glass. What is all that black stuff in there? I know it makes cool textures and patterns, but is it just pieces of little black glass that get melted in to make this texture pattern? I don't know. You guys who know more about glass can tell me. Ah, that one. This way, sir. This is, I'll just put this up on my wall to point people in the right direction. And there's more. I think that's the midnight blue. No, that's black. That is like grayish, almost see-through, translucent black. So cool. Oh yeah. Oh, and there's more. More of this cool patterny stuff. Look at that. That's a knife. It's like, take this, cut my steak. Ooh, this one looks. That's all pretty. Looks like kind of like a floral, like leafy vegetable something or other. And now I'm just gonna lay down on the bubble wrap. Thank you so much, Irma, and your husband. So generous. Have a great day, guys. And oh wait, no, let's make a cabochon to show you guys. So I gotta cut more kiln paper because this is down to its last leg, and I don't want my next one to fuse to the actual kiln. But I'm gonna try to fudge it. I'm gonna smush this weak part together right there in the middle, and because so far I haven't had any glass melt all the way out to the edges just yet, so I'm just gonna kind of pinch that off the edges so it'll close right. This is terrible. Don't do this. This is not advisable. But I don't want to go in the other room. I want you guys to keep staying with me and watch the adventure unfold. Now these I got a bunch of new glass cutting tools. I got to learn how to use them. Let me go get those. All right, I have to learn how all these glass cutting tools work. For now, I'm just going to take these nippers. They don't make clean cuts, but they do cut the glass basically kind of how I want it. So I'm just going to cut me some pieces and see what happens. Hold this over here. All right. You should wear eye protection and gloves when doing this. There's a nice piece right there. Put it right in the middle of the kiln. Oh yeah. Not to hold little pieces together so they don't roll around while you're trying to set them all up. You can mix a little bit of white school glue with some water. So we're going to do that. Just mix a little bit, a teeny tiny bit. And take a little toothpick and mix that all out. Alright. You know, put little bits of that, and as we add the little pieces for the rest of it. There we go. My assistant let me know she's working on this dark purple and black kit, so she needed more purple or black pieces. So I believe this is black glass. I layered over it with a little bit of purple, and then I threw in tiny bits of blue just to blend. Let's see how this turns out. Hopefully it'll be super awesome. Carefully lift it up. Do 8 minutes. This microwave only lets you do 6, so we'll do 6 and 2. Let's see. I'm setting up different piles of glass to put in the microwave kiln as it's ready. It's cooling down right now from one cabochon, but I'm going to put, this is purple and black. I'm making a lot of purple and black for this kit we're working on. But this is all black, and I'm going to try something I've been wanting to do, which is see if I can get a hole in the middle of the cabochon. And the way to do that is this kiln paper, which is what the circle is, prevents the glass from fusing to the kiln. It acts like a buffer, a barrier. So I'm going to see if I can take some of this, because I gave the kiln paper in squares, and the bottom of the kiln is a circle. So I have to, every time they give me the paper, I have to cut it into a circle so it fits. So then I have all this leftover kiln paper. So I'm going to take some of this and see if I can't, because even though this stuff is like resists the glass, it's pretty flimsy, fuzzy, cottony stuff while it's not in the kiln. So I'm going to see if I can try to make a little tiny wedge and put it in there so that the glass won't melt in a certain area, and that will create an actual hole for the cabochon. So it'll be easier to wire wrap or easier to put a little ring in it to make a pendant right away. Now you can use a little bit of school glue mixed with water to put pieces of glass together because it just burns off in the kiln right away, but it holds the pieces where you want them until they start fusing. So I'm going to try that same idea here. I'm going to put a little bit of the glue right down there and see if I can get it to hold the kiln paper in place. So I'm making this little wedge of kiln paper, and I'm going to see if this works. Might even want to wet this a little bit. Just dip it right in the glue water and put it right in there and try to make it stand up. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a little goober of kiln paper. And now we'll just build the glass around it and see if it works. Hopefully, I hope it will. It's been about 45 minutes. It's been cooling. Probably shouldn't check it this soon. It's probably still hot. Let's see. Yeah, it's really hot. I'm not going to open it. I don't want the glass to get suddenly chilled and crack. Oh, I'm going to wait another half hour and then it'll be safe to at least peek. All right, let's peek. Oh, still feels warm. like a nice little blob. Not going to leave it open too long because we don't want it to get chilled and crack. But we're going to take the kiln out now. Put it safely on. I feel like Michael Jordan. I can palm this whole thing with one hand. It's almost like palming a basketball, even though it's like 1/5 the size. Hurry up and cool down. We want to see what you look like. Okay, it's interesting, but it's a little bit darker than I wanted. That blue came out pretty good, and the purple just washed right into the black, and then the clear popped out in different parts. So overall, this is not my favorite, but it's still interesting. I don't know what that white smudgy stuff is on the very top. I can't figure that out. That might just be some kiln stuff that dusted over the top that'll wash off, I'm hoping. All right, but I'm not going to wash it just yet. It's still kind of hot. I want to let it cool a little more, and then I will grind those little edges and wash off the kiln paper from the bottom. All right. I just finished grinding this one and washing it off. I think that's pretty cool. That is nothing but the blue and green rods that I just laid in a stripe formation just side by side. So that's a cool one, but I'm going to play around a lot more with all these beautiful colors that was sent to me by Irma and her husband. So thanks again, and we're going to look for more videos. I'm going to try to make all kinds of crazy, wild, fun ones. See you guys soon.